Unity. Real talk, real faith, real community. Real talk, real faith, come and see. We're building up hope together. Three Strands Talks.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Three Strands Talks live stream. If things behind me look a little dark, you're just going to have to deal with it because it's too hot to have the lights on in here. My room is on the second story right under the roof, and the sun is beating down hard. So here I am, and this is what we're going to be doing. Let me first introduce to you our very special guest. Many of us on the cruise fam know him. Welcome aboard Malibu. Hey, bud, how you doing?
What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
Man, it's great around here today. I got to tell you, you already got a hello from Mark. Hey, Mark, how are you, bud?
Hey, Mark, what's going on, buddy? That's one of my favorite cruise fam right there. That's a great guy.
You know what? He shows up for everybody.
Right.
He really does. He's been a part of JC's stream. He shows up for mine faithfully. He's in the cruise fam all the time. So
yeah, and he always speaks, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So, and good morning, Donna Kay. We're so glad you joined us today.
Good morning.
Welcome aboard. I do have another guest coming on. She did say she could be 10 to 15 minutes late because she's in school.
Oh.
And I think she said she had a test today, but she's hoping to be on here by 11:15. So, Malibu, I just thought maybe we could kind of chit chat a little bit, see if she drops in here, and then we can start
no problem.
So we're going to talk a little bit about Royal Caribbean, but I wanted to touch on our group cruise just a little bit because I don't know about you, but I am extremely excited for a couple of reasons. One, this will only be my third overall cruise. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm addicted to cruising. I just don't have the funds to pay for the addiction.
Oh, man.
So I live through everybody else. You know, Cruising Chris, he's out on a different ship every stinking week.
Thanks. And jealous, by the way, Cruising Chris, if you're watching.
If he isn't watching yet, he may pop in later because he tends to do so.
Oh, okay.
But it was really cool because the other day they were sailing into New York Harbor.
New York. Yeah.
So I pulled up the PTZ camera. So I'm watching his approach on one screen, and I'm watching their arrival through the PTZ camera on the other. And I'm not too sure, but if I placed where he was on the ship just right, I saw him sitting there.
Oh, it was beautiful though. But it's crazy because I don't like a lot of cruise lines, me personally.
I never would have guessed that. Hey, Nicole, thanks for dropping in. Plum Crazy Adventures has shown up. She is in the room.
Crazy.
And I'm sure if there's any questions along the way, if she sticks around, she'll be happy to help answer some of them if I miss them, because I might.
Okay.
Jetty the Jet Streams. Hey, bud, welcome in. We are so glad you're here.
Welcome in, guys.
Good to have you guys here. So, like I said, I've paid my cruise off. My wife and I have done our check-in already. I got an 11:30 port time, which they don't start boarding till 11 o'clock. So I felt pretty good about that.
Right.
And so, and come, I believe it's August 8th, I've got a special guest coming on who was on the seashore before her refit.
Oh.
But I'm pretty sure she's going to be able to help us. I don't necessarily want her to give us a verbal tour of the ship. I want some of the things that we don't think to ask before we get on board.
Right.
Every ship is a little different. And I'm pretty sure that this, because my last cruise, as you know, was on a Virgin Voyages ship. And I enjoyed that. I had so much fun. The hard part for our upcoming cruise for me is that there's no sea days. So I guess I'm going to have to make sea nights.
Yeah.
You know, when I should be sleeping, I'm going to be out on the balcony listening to the surf roll by.
Well, at Ocean Cay, You might, because we're there for 2 days. So the first day you get off, and then you might want to go back and get on the ship and go to sleep because you're there all night. So
Right. Hey, BK, welcome in, bud. Glad
BK,
you're
what's
here,
going
man.
on, buddy?
The fam is showing up big time this morning. I am so blessed to have you guys as friends.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. And if you're looking on the wall behind me, it's my mother. My mother, what we do for cruises is after the pictures we take on the cruise, she posts them on the wall. So if you
Yeah.
looking behind me and see that, that's her.
Hey, you know, that's okay. Don't look at my walls right now because this used to be my son's room.
Right.
So it became a storeroom, and then I decided to do this stuff. I'm hoping to work. I got a little room in the basement I want to convert into a studio. But I haven't gotten to it yet. I've got almost everything I want gathered together, but I don't have everything yet. So
Right.
I'm working on it. I just really haven't figured out how to get it all done. Plus, it's been so warm, and you would think the basement is the coolest spot in the room, but the way our house is built, 2/3 of the basement is above ground, so there's really no safe spot from the elements. So,
Feels
good
like a
morning,
toaster.
Alberta. Welcome in. Glad you're here. So, yeah, man, there's.
So
I
do
am
you
so
have plans?
Go ahead.
Do you have plans for future cruises? I mean, I know me and you we be talking a lot, and you say you wanted to when you can to look at different cruise lines and stuff.
I'm gonna have to probably plan cruises 9 months to a year out at least. A lot is going to depend. This would be my wife's first cruise ever. So a lot of it is really going to depend on how she reacts to this cruise. If she's not, now she has said that she would consider an Alaska cruise or a cruise to Northern Europe, like Iceland, Denmark, up in the Norway, because what we really want to do is we want to be able to see the Aurora Borealis. I've never seen it. I live in Ohio, and we could sometimes get rims of it, but we have to have special lenses to see it.
Okay.
Because it's outside of our light spectrum. But if I could work something like that out, affordable, and I'm okay taking an inside cabin. I really am, because it's the least expensive way to go. And if that's the way I got to choose to get there, that's fine. I'm also good with sticking with whatever the included meals are. I don't need the specialty dining places.
Facts.
I got spoiled on Virgin because everything's included on that. So, you know, no buffet. 6.
And they make everything fresh.
Yeah. 6 premiums. And hang on a second. Our third guest has arrived. Good morning, Amanda. Welcome aboard.
Hello.
It is so good to have you here. How you doing?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Perfect.
Sound check in the chat room. Everybody looking good, sounded good to you? So, Amanda, we were just talking about the group cruise in November. I don't know if you're a part of that or not, but
we are. I was looking to see if we could pull it off, but I have a solo in September, and then we have one in December out of Galveston, which is killing us on flights, so we're not going to be able to pull it off.
Oh, that's
December. December. What do you have for December?
We're going on Symphony. It's my brother's 30th, one of his birthdays. 43rd. I'm 45. 43rd. So him, and we're going with my niece and nephew and all them. So it'll be fun. It'll be our second time on Symphony, and I'm really excited. I love the ship.
Well, that will be a blast.
I'm in Houston, so Galveston's like a driving distance from me.
Nice. We were going to look at driving it from Baltimore, but it's like 24 hours. I'm like, no, we can't do that in a car.
My wife drove from Columbus, Ohio through Texas. They took 2 weeks to go through Texas to go bird watching. They drove the whole way. but they left Galveston, thought they were going to make the whole drive back to Ohio. It's 16 plus hours
Yeah.
straight through. So I think they took a break in either, I can't remember if it was Memphis or Nashville on the way back. And then they finished the rest of it. So it was just crazy. But Malibu, if I ever do go out of Galveston, I'm going to need a place to sleep overnight.
I got you.
I
Say no
figured
more.
you would. Brother, I'll tell you what, if my wife doesn't like the cruising, you and I may end up going together a lot.
So she's never done one. This will be her first.
This will be her first, and I am praying hard that she enjoys it, because the thing I like about cruising is the idea of seeing a lot of different spots, but only having to unpack one time.
Well,
You know? And for me, it doesn't always have to be tropical. I'm not
right.
a big beach dude. I mean, I'm a big dude and you'll see me on the beach, but you know what I mean? So if we did do the islands, we would have to be more cultural. Like we were supposed to go on Scarlet Lady next March for our 30th anniversary. I canceled that though, because they changed the itinerary from the one I sold my wife on so we could take that cruise. It was supposed to go to Costa Maya and they changed it to Grand Turk. Now, personally, I don't think that was a bad change. But the other thing is that Virgin has changed so many things in the last year that it's almost become too confusing to cruise on them, because you're not sure
Right.
exactly what you're getting anymore.
Right. I
You know,
see they
they
go to Nassau too. They go to Nassau now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah. So
I
plum
think
crazy.
I think Nassau or
We had the pleasure of meeting Plum Crazy a few months ago. They were in
Oh,
Columbus,
nice.
so we met them for dinner. So she's
Awesome
promising to
person.
corrupt my wife when it comes to cruises, I think.
I used to
Some
spend a lot of
crazy and
time in
this kind of-
Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My grandparents
Awesome
are in Newark, or were in Newark, I guess, at this point.
Well, like I said, if my wife really enjoys this, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope it's going to be a lot of fun. If she doesn't enjoy it, we'll have the memories from this one, and I'll either be traveling with other people or
She's gonna
Doing some
before
solo.
you start. She's gonna love Ocean K though. Ocean K is beautiful. Ocean
you know,
K is really beautiful.
she's a bird lover, and I understand there's some birds there that we won't see elsewhere. She also likes nature to some degree,
Mhm.
and I did too. So I think it's gonna be okay. And honestly, we've been talking about the second day just staying on the ship, because I'm gonna need time to go see some of the other areas,
Right.
you know, some of the out of way places, to get some B-roll and pictures and stuff, because I do plan on putting some kind of a review out when we get back.
Right.
So,
Right.
but one thing I didn't realize about the seashore, and I'll finish up with this and then we'll jump into Royal Caribbean a little bit. But the Nassau camera, every couple weeks or so, Seashore gets that close berth
Yeah.
to the PTZ camera. And you know how long it takes that camera to pan from one side to the other? Do you know that ship is in 2/3 of the picture all the way around?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
It's a bigger ship than what I thought it was going to be. So
yeah,
I'm really
it's
looking forward to it.
yeah. Yes, it's very big, and a lot of people don't understand that. It's the camera doesn't know justice. That ship is really big.
Yeah, because I mean, when Chase and Jessica are sitting alongside the shore there when it's going by, you don't really. It's not next to anything else that you can judge the size by. Now, if Star and Seashore were to go one right after the other, you get an idea of size. But Star outshines that one by for a piece. So,
Right.
but
Yeah.
well, let's jump into this because we're going to talk about Royal Caribbean a little bit. And I basically just wanted to do kind of a flyby general overview of what they offer. And what amazes me the most is how old some of these ships are, which I didn't actually put their ages in, but starting with the Vision class, we're going with the older ships first. So what can anybody tell me about Vision class?
They're definitely small. Vision actually sails out of Baltimore. We personally haven't had a chance to sail out of it yet. My parents are going in September. But I have a lot of friends here that have gone on it. A lot of them really like it because it's small and they're definitely dated and it's definitely a different age of cruising. But if you don't have kids and you're just one of those, you like to lay around, read, do trivia, like the basic things of Royal, they're pretty great. I'm told the food's amazing.
But
So
have you been on any of these ships from Malibu?
I have not been on the Vision class per se, but I've had friends and clients that have been on there, and one thing they said, the food is amazing. The relaxation, as far as just sitting by the water and looking out at the view, it's nice. A lot of people prefer the Vision class because they're not packed. It's not a lot of people on it.
Yeah, I mean the largest one holds 2730. The ship I was on last year, Valiant Lady, capped out at 2,700 passengers. So
yeah,
that's not bad.
I never felt crowded on that ship either. So
I think that's one thing Royal does well, no matter what class of ship it is, just how they've designed it. It's laid out well enough that you don't really feel like you're tripping over people, even if there's tons of people on the ship.
yeah, that's cool because that's the one thing that scares me off of the bigger ships a little bit. Although and we'll talk about that more here in a few minutes, but I worry about it feeling crowded. I've heard people say it doesn't feel that crowded, but sometimes you just gotta wonder,
Yeah, I think it's just more crowded when you get on the ship, and embarkation and debarkation. I think that's when it's mostly crowded. I've been on the Wonder. I've been on multiple mega ships, and it's not really, like I said, it's only crowded from them in the buffet. But other than that, you walk around the ship, you don't even believe it's that many people on the ship.
Yeah. Okay. So then next we got the Radiance class, and again, I really wish I had sailed more than what I have. I watched some of these ships, and even the smaller ones just really look cool to me.
Mm-hmm.
They look like they would be fun. And I am of the older set now, so I really don't want to be around a lot of kids. And I can't remember who it was, but
I'm not that old. I don't want to be around them much.
But somebody in the cruise fam one day said, if you want to avoid kids, don't get on a cruise ship that's got an amusement park on the top deck.
Basically.
So, welcome in, Mrs. Hood. Glad you're here. Thanks for dropping by.
Welcome in, Mrs. Hood.
Yeah. Happy Saturday.
Alberta, I know where you live, and I know. See, that's the selling point I've been trying to give my wife. I've been wanting to move into the Orlando area for, 15 years or more. And I keep telling her an hour either way, we got a beach to go to. But she's not easily sold. So Mark says he's been on Serenade and Jewel in that class. Mark, what'd you think of him?
So I have the Jewel for my mother's birthday next year.
Okay.
I'm very excited about that. And when I was in March, I was on the Wonder for my birthday. I saw the Radiance of the Seas for the first time. And it looked cool. It looked like a good sized ship. Like won't be overcrowded. It looked like you have fun on it.
Yeah. I sometimes wonder about kind of the ambiance of the smaller ships.
Mm-hmm.
I know on other lines, I've heard they have libraries that you can go to, and people actually check the books out and take them with them,
and
go
read,
sit on the balcony and read or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think my wife would like the Virgin Cruise because they've got board games in that one section there near the dock house. And the reason why I knew they were board games is because they're the kind of games that my wife owns. They're on the bookshelf downstairs. They're games that require thinking, which leaves me out. That just leaves me out. I don't know how to think through things logically. If I win, it's a sheer miracle. Mark says that's the perfect size in his opinion. Jetty, the jet streams, we're going to circle wave at you, bud. There's going to be a whole bunch of us up there on that deck.
Yeah, it's. I think the count is. I think we got more than 300 people going. So,
well, I'm looking forward to the day before because I'm flying in 2 days early. I'm going to be there. If everything goes well with my flight, I'm going to be there around noon. I've already got a ride arranged. So, Mrs. Hood, you haven't missed anything. We're getting there. Yeah, we've already talked about 2 of these classes, and we're going to move up here in a second. So, I don't remember what I was saying, but oh well. Yeah. Oh, so I'm going to be there 2 days early. So I'm hoping to watch the ship sailing out on Friday. I'm going to catch the mornings on both Saturday and Sunday ships coming in. I don't know if I'll go live for those or if I'll just shoot them and put them in a reel later or something. But I'm kind of new to all this stuff. And though when I was younger, I was the go-to person for tech, a lot of this newer tech has got me a little confused. So
Chase, the one that got me into streaming cruise ships because it was never in my agenda.
Yeah.
Never. So.
And I just randomly happened to see their channel pop up in my algorithm, shockingly.
Really?
Right after I had finished a Views and Cues video, and then it just popped up. I'm like, oh, what's this, live stream?
You know what? I watch them. I used to watch them all the time. I've stopped, and I'll tell you why. That's not my style of cruising. They're always talking about the upper echelon rooms that they get into and stuff.
Yeah.
And part of me has to think they're not paying for all that because I know the cruise lines will pay for some quote unquote influencers to come on.
Yeah, I've wondered that myself, honestly.
And I mean, they're on a different ship every 2 or 3 weeks. So I'm like, what kind of life do you lead?
Well, I think they probably just spread it out like they're smart how they cruise. I think they just spread it out like they'll bank up videos and just drop them like they're always cruising. I think that's what they do.
Yeah.
That makes more sense. Well, I hope.
I mean, if they are able to cruise that much, God love them. I would love that.
Well, if I ever get to the point where I'm going to be cruising that much, I'm going to cruise from my current point of view.
Right.
Okay. I'm 65 years old. I got to work for every dollar I make. I can't afford the richest rooms, the richest cabins on a ship. But that doesn't diminish my desire to be there, my desire to enjoy what we're doing, and my desire to see the places we're going.
Right. And we go back and forth on that all the time because it's like, do we do interior or do we do balcony? And our first cruise, we had the balcony, and I think we used it maybe 15 minutes at night, maybe in the morning we ate on the balcony. But other than that, we're never in the room. So it's like, why spend the extra $1,000 for the cruise when you can just go in an interior and use that money for other things?
Well, when I was on Valiant Lady last year, I was alone. So I actually spent quite a bit of time on my balcony. Mainly because I think maybe part of it was because it was just so new to me. So I wanted to use it as much as I could. Malibu, go ahead.
My budget is $2,500 for a cruise. I will not go over that.
Yep, that's where we sit. I think we'll go to $3,000 depending on the ship.
So, I wanted to say, so I love the symphony. But me and the symphony got kind of like a little beef going on. So
you got a beef going everywhere.
I had the symphony book next year for May. It was May 16th through summer. It was an 8-night, and then that's when they're changing it from Galveston to Fort Lauderdale. And I was so mad. So
Yeah.
When's Icon come to Galveston? That's what, late next year,
Yeah,
2027?
I think they said next
Galveston,
year.
Galveston is a good port. The only thing I have with Galveston is one way in and one way out. So it's like in the traffic, people don't know where they're going. People don't know how to drive. Well, Texas, people don't know how to drive anyway. So it's kind of like, it's kind of like, you know what?
Don't
I'm
ever
just
come to
gonna park
Maryland.
far away. I'm gonna park far away and just walk to the terminal because it's bad. It gets bad. So
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
our first time out of Galveston coming up, and we're already like, I think we're just going to go back to sticking to Florida because it's for us. It gives us more options to get there, whereas Texas, flying is our only option.
My wife
if you're
did have
flying,
a view of the piers down there. They got an Airbnb when they were in Galveston, and I don't know what they call the island on the other side, but they went out there to a nature preserve, and she was able to get me some cool pictures of cruise ships that were in while she was out there. So,
right? And self note, if you're going out of Galveston for a cruise, Galveston doesn't have an airport, so you have to fly into Houston.
Yep.
And you have to drive to Galveston.
right.
Yeah.
So
And there's two
That's
airports.
what, a 45
too.
minute to an hour if there's no traffic.
yep.
Yeah. Well, if you go out of Hobby, if you go out of Bush, it's an hour and a half probably.
Yeah.
Plus, and it's if you do the shuttles, from what I've seen on Reddit and other research, it's the shuttles stop at both airports. So if you're leaving to catch a flight, it could be a good 3 hours to get to Bush.
Yep.
So at that point, everybody's just saying, just grab Uber. It's worth the cost.
Yep.
All right. So from Radiance, we go to Voyager class. And
Oh, I love Voyager.
okay,
Yeah.
talk to me, brother.
I love the ship. Okay, so Royal, what they do with the blue and the white on the top, I love their ship with that, with the 2-color tone. The Voyager class is one of the best classes they have. Besides Oasis and Icon, Voyage is basically a perfect class for you for your first time trying on Royal. It has everything, all the
That's a good point, Mark.
amenities. Yes. For kids will love it. Families, basically everything is perfect with the Voyager class.
Yeah, we love adventure. It's one of our favorite. It was our favorite ship, but the last few times we've been on it, we're finding it's much more rockier than a lot of the other ships. And I don't know if it's just the time of year we were cruising, but it just seems to be that ship specifically. Because I don't usually get seasick, and I was seasick on that one every time we've been on it. It's strange because I love the ship. It's a perfect size.
Well, the interesting thing to me on that as I go through this, I think this is the class that they introduced the ice skating rink, and I'm like, I can't skate anyhow. But if the ship's rocking and I'm on skates, doesn't that just seems like it's going to double the attempt, and or possibly double the injuries.
Well, I think everybody sleeps on the ice skating shows too. Like they don't always tend to be crowded. And personally, I think that's some of the more impressive things on the ship because you're actively skating while the ship is rocking, and you can tell. And I just find it very impressive that they aren't falling all over the place and they are landing the jumps, and they're usually pretty well produced. And
yeah, the video I've seen of them, and of course, as we get higher class, I think the rinks are a little larger. But
yeah,
I mean, the skaters are top-notch skaters. I didn't know we had that many top-notch skaters around, but hey, okay.
Yeah, and I actually learned recently they actually recruit different contracts. So a lot of the entertainment is going to be from Australia, England, or the U.S. Tends to be where that's why because I was sitting there like, why are they always from that? But I guess that's what they recruit, and then other areas recruit different countries for different contracts, which was interesting.
Yeah, that does sound interesting.
But But yeah, Adventures ice shows are really good. Even my husband was impressed, and he's not into ice skating much.
You know what though? When it comes to like the Olympics, I like watching skating in the winter and gymnastics in the summer ones.
Yep.
I guess it's because I'm attracted to the grace and the beauty that's involved in both of those sports.
Right.
They are sports, but there's such a deep level of artistry in both of those. And you can't just sit and watch it and not, for me, I become a little bit emotionally involved in what they're doing.
One question, what's the best place to get a room in Adventure? I would say if you can get midship level, like deck 6 or 7 is probably the best. Lower, you're closer to the casino and other stuff. And then the higher decks, you're closer to other stuff on the ship. So 6 and 7 midships, usually the best for the least rocking. Aft is not bad, but I would avoid the front of the ship at all costs if you get seasick.
I was just going to say that. I would avoid the beginning. It is going to kill me on the seashore because I have a suite. And
I was
I'm all
going
the
to
way in
say,
the
aren't
front.
you on the front?
I am all the way in the front, guys.
Yeah, so I think if I were going to go for an older class Royal Caribbean ship, one of these would probably be the ones I'd start with.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay, we
As
move
long as
from
it's
that.
not a transatlantic, I'm good.
This is actually my favorite class. I've been on 2 out of the 3. So
Okay. So if anybody know me personally, the Freedom of the Seas is my favorite Royal Caribbean ship.
yeah, I love Freedom. It was one of my favorite. Yeah.
You've been on that more than once, haven't you, Malibu?
Yes. 4 times to be exact.
Okay, so tell us about the ship. What is it about it that draws you?
It's out of all the other classes, if you want a perfect ship, this is the ship right here. As far as customer service, as far as room designs, as far as food, as far as everything. So this is more of like a party ship. You know, a lot of people like to go on Royal and quietness. I don't feel like the Freedom of the Seas.
Yeah.
I don't
Freedom's
feel like
out
the
of Miami,
Freedom
isn't
of
it,
the Seas.
Malibu?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Miami. Yeah.
Yes. I don't feel like the Freedom of the Seas is that type of ship for you as far as a non-party vibe. Now, the Independence and the Liberty of the Seas might be more of a little toned down, but the Freedom is more of a party ship.
Yeah, Liberty was very toned. That was our first cruise on Royal. And yeah, it's much. I would love to do Independence. My brother and sister-in-law just went out of that in New Jersey, and they said it was fantastic. I think.
And then the Liberty of the Seas is here now in Galveston. So
okay.
Yeah.
I had a friend that went out on Liberty out of Fort Lauderdale a few years ago. He said he really loved that ship.
Yeah.
So.
Freedom is I hate that it's going overseas next year.
Yeah.
But it's all around one of the perfect Royal ships you would ever cruise on.
Yep. Yeah, it's like that step just before you bump up to the ships that got the massive slides. It's got slides on it, but nothing insane. Whereas once you jump up to the next class, that's when you're really going to start running into the kids. Which, if you're a family, that's great for you. But if you're not as much into that, this is kind of your best level before it jumps.
Yeah, before it gets massive.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
Now, I've never done a quantum class ship. Me personally, I've never done a quantum, so
we were supposed to sail out at Adventure a couple years ago, and I ended up having to have my gallbladder removed, so they wouldn't clear me to sail. And Royal, amazingly, it's your mileage may vary, but they were willing to let us pay the difference to transfer to a ship, and we picked Odyssey. And unfortunately, when we were on it, it was having propulsion issues, But as far as like the food and the show, I think it was our favorite cruise. Like they have this thing called the Book in 270 back in the ship, and it was fantastic. It's one of the best shows I've seen on Royal. Just in creativity.
I had to put this up because Mrs. Hood, that's hilarious.
I hear you. I hear that from a lot of teachers, especially even more so.
Yeah. Well, my daughter works in a daycare, and I had breakfast with her this morning. She was telling me how kids have changed just in the 10 years that she's been doing this. And it's amazing how out of hand the kids. I could see why a teacher today would want to go on an all adult cruise or on a ship that's got larger adults only areas that are enforced, because you just don't want to be around them if they're going to act like that on a cruise.
And I think for this ship, Odyssey, I think Odyssey is the one that had the hand wave for the elevator button. So anytime anyone got in the elevator and even moved their hand slightly, you would be stopping at 3 or 4 floors.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was all the ships, but I know on that ship is what it was. And kids would come in and they would just wave their hands on all the buttons just to be kids.
Look who's here, Malibu.
And
Hey,
it got annoying real quick.
So, okay. The other thing I notice about Quantum is you're getting up there on the capacity. I mean, you're just short of 5,000 people if they fill it up.
Yeah. And I think every one of their sailings is at that too, because their ships are so beautiful. So
Yeah.
I think,
And we have, I think it's Quantum next year when we go to Alaska. So
Okay.
looking forward to that.
Now we're getting into Malibu's territory. And to be honest, I think if I were going to do a larger Royal Caribbean class, this would be where I would start. I don't think I would jump on an Icon class first. I don't know what it is, but this class just seems to me to be a little more manageable, a little more appealing for some reason.
now I would say if you're gonna do a group cruise, as far as like a lot of people want to go and the first time to try on Royal, I feel like an Oasis class would be right up there. I would more say of the Freedom class because I'm just biased with the Freedom, but the Oasis ships are really nice. I love them. They're not for a lot of people because it's a lot of walking.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
love
lot
Central
of
Park.
walking. Yes, Central Park
That's
is
my
very
favorite. That's our favorite thing about them is the Central Park and the boardwalk.
and
Yeah, see,
the
I don't
Wonder of
care
the
too
Sea.
much about for like amusement park activities, but
Yep.
the spaces on this look like I could still find things that I would enjoy that might not be super overrun with kids, that might have a little bit of peace and quiet from time to time. So Central Park does sound like that would be a pretty cool place to sit around,
Yes.
and
It's
probably
good
a
and
good place to people watch.
And
It
it
is.
looks
Yeah.
beautiful at night too. At
Yeah.
nighttime, Central Park. Oh my God!
Yeah.
It-
And now that they've banned duck hunting in there, you don't have as many kids running through, like digging through the plants and trying to
Right.
find ducks. So they don't spend as much time in there. And usually at night, they'll have like a jazz singer or a band or something
Mhm.
playing. And that's what we would usually do.
That would be so cool. I would enjoy that.
If anybody's first time on a Oasis class, I would say take the Oasis of the Seas or the One of the Seas out of Miami or Fort Lauderdale for a 3 or 4 night, and you're gonna be hooked. You're gonna be hooked on an Oasis class.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
and
doing a solo
they're bringing
cruise.
a new Oasis class out next year.
Oh, I will be in front line for that.
I don't know. I don't recall that they've actually told us what she's going to be called yet, but I think she's due to come
Yeah,
out
they
late
haven't.
next year.
I have a hunch it will be in Miami. It's gonna be in Miami.
You think it's going to replace something that's already there?
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
does
I
seem
think
like when
that's-
they bring the newer ships out, for the most part, they keep them on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I love this class of ship. Like I said, we're going on Symphony for the second time, and I'm excited. I'm doing Wonder in September. I really want to do Utopia. I want to do that train restaurant. I saw it on a video. I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks so cool.
I am
It's supposed-
going on Wonder in September too.
Oh, really? You going over Labor Day?
The 14th.
Oh, okay. I'll miss you. I'm
Yeah,
the
like
4th
a week
through the
before or
7th.
so.
Yeah.
14th through the 18th.
And I just like going out of, and it's out of Miami, unfortunately. I prefer Fort Canaveral. It's our favorite port. It's just so easy to get in and out of. It's easy to park. It's easy to stay. So,
Plum crazy. That is hilarious.
yeah.
Wait, Chase is in here?
Yep, there he is.
Chase!
Hey, Chase, thanks for stopping in, bud. Tell your wife we say hello.
Hello. But yeah,
We'll see.
Oasis is perfect. If anybody wants to get into Royal, try it out. Do a 3 or 4 night, and you'll be just fine. Now, me personally, you can't do a 3-night on Oasis because you will not be able to do everything.
Yeah.
So
I doubt on a 4-night I'd be able to do everything. I mean, I
That's
wish
what's
I had the
frust-
money to book a back-to-back or a side-to-side in November, because I don't think I'm going to want to come home.
Right, and that's what's
Oh,
frustrating is they're putting all these ships on the shorter sailings, like the 3 and 4 nights. So it's and there's just so much to do. If you've never been on the ship, you're probably not going to be able to see it all, or if you are, you're not going to be able to fully enjoy it.
Well, and
But they
correct me
have
if
the
I'm
best
wrong, but
solariums.
aren't the 3 and 4 nights a lot of times the ones now? Royal Caribbean doesn't have as much as certain other cruise lines, which we won't mention since Malibu's here. But I mean, the 3 and 4 night, it's especially the 3-nighters. That's like a long weekend for people, and it seems like they try to stuff as much alcohol in them as they can.
Yeah.
And then Stupid turns on, and that's where we get all the reels and fun videos to watch.
Yeah. But I just believe that on Oasis class of 3-night, that's just you're gonna have fun, but you're gonna be like, man, you know what? I need another round.
Right.
Yeah, I would very much fall into that category, I think. And finally, we get to the Icon class, the grand poobah of them all. And the capacity for Hero has not been released yet. So the potential that it could hold more than 7,600 people is there. I guess depending on what they're doing to the inside of it.
That's too many. That's too many people.
Yeah, I'm a little, but I have to admit, like, I was up this morning early enough to watch Icon make the turn in Miami. And as my pastor said to me a couple of weeks ago, he caught it when it was delayed in Miami a few weeks ago, and it didn't leave till like 11 o'clock at night. My pastor watched it leave, and that's the first time he'd seen it in the turn basin. He looked at me, he said, I had no idea how big that ship is.
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, there's no room for air in that turn basin. 1 inch off and they're going to hurt something.
Mm.
So
when I got off my Carnival ship last year, yeah.
careful. That might be a cuss word around here.
And we was coming back, and we was coming back to Miami, and the World America was there, and it's the first time I've seen the Icon portside. So we was coming in, and if you have to see these ships in person. Seeing it on the camera is nice, seeing it on Chase it's nice, but seeing the Icon in person, and you like, only thing you can do is say, wow, that is a beautiful ship.
Yeah.
Like, it hands down, it's a very beautiful looking ship. Now, to me, 7,600 people, that's a lot of people. A lot of people. Yeah. But
I guess, again, though, there are a lot of people that have been on the ships. They're saying they're laid out enough in the little neighborhoods that they have, so it's easier to kind of avoid the people, and it doesn't feel as crowded, which is great. But it's just still a lot of people. But we watched Star sail out of Jetty Park when we were down there to get on adventure, and we were all just like, "Oh my gosh, that ship is so intense, so large."
Yeah. Well, and we get, like we said earlier, you don't get a real idea of how big these ships are, and like you said, Malibu, until you've seen them in person, I don't think anything on TV could come anywhere close to what they look like in person. Because, like I said, I did Valiant Lady last year, and I watched her come in and out of Miami on the camera, I don't know, 40, 50 times before I got on there.
A lot of walking for sure.
And it just, when it first walked up to it, I'm like, wow, this ship is really bigger than you think when you look at it. And on the camera, the colors look kind of okay. That's pretty. But then you see it in person, you're like, oh, this has a stunning look to it. I have a feeling that will be my same reaction when I see whatever ships we see in Port Canaveral when we leave. Like Star, she should be there the same day we leave.
The Star, we leave with the Star of the Seas. So
that's going to be amazing. If I can get out there early in the morning when she comes to play, and if I'm in the right spot, I'm going to get lots of pictures of her making that turn and backing it into place, because I drive a bus for a living.
Yeah.
And size-wise, it's a little bigger. But what amazes me is the method is not that dissimilar from how I drive a bus.
Right.
So I can't wait to see it in person. I can't wait to see any of it in person, because it's Chase's fault. I'm addicted. Chase, it's your fault. Thanks.
Chase.
You know, and like I said, I really, really, really hope that my wife loves cruising, because I've got at least 3 ships on my list right now that I'd like to do over the next few years.
Just got to get her to the position of what she likes to do. So if she's nature, you got her on the beaches and bird watching on the islands.
Yeah, she's not a beach person, but the birds and the nature thing will go. I think I could probably get her on Northern Europe, although I may look at some different cruise lines for that, because like Marella out of England, they sometimes have some better prices on some fairly decent cabin types. So I'm not opposed to looking at other cruise lines to make this work if the money's right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so.
Well, they have plenty of them over there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just finding the right itinerary, which I'm finding is a bit more difficult. Of course, they don't have a lot of the itineraries out yet for late next year and the year after. So, you know, it just depends on how our timing goes on this. So,
I'm gonna hold off on the Alaskan thing because it's too cold.
We're looking forward to. We have my husband's aunt and uncle. We took them on their first cruise on adventure in January out of Port Canaveral, and Chase did get us circle waving. Thank you. And they're addicted now. So it's before we're even off the ship, they're like, okay, what's the next cruise we're booking? And we're like, well, we've always wanted to do Alaska, and they actually had a decent price. So, and we're originally from Michigan, so we like the cold. So we're looking forward to it.
Oh, you're from the state up north?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you said you're from Ohio, but my mom was born and raised in Ohio. I was born in Ohio.
I still like you as well.
I actually drive a bus for the Buckeyes, so.
Okay.
That's where I work.
Yeah.
But for me, mostly it's about making a paycheck. I could care less about the teams and stuff.
Yeah, that's when you're doing a project for NFL team too. It's like everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, you're working on that project." It's like, and
yeah,
okay,
it's work. It's not something the IO plum.
Yeah.
Had to do it. Had to do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on we have an Orlando office, so I've been trying to see if there are any
Jetty the
projects come
Jetstreams,
that I
we are
could
meeting the
journey
day
down.
before the cruise. So it's Saturday afternoon at Jetty Park. As we get closer, I'm sure things will get posted about it. If you're not in the Cruise Fam Facebook page, I know you know all the answers to the questions, so get in there because I'll post stuff on there for sure. One final thing where Royal Caribbean is concerned, the upcoming Discovery class. What kind of things would you want to see, and what are some of the ports that you think they might visit?
I would love to see Royal do more of Aruba, like in that area. I know it's
the
some of the
ABC Islands from Florida.
yeah. I know they're going to start pulling the Oasis ships over there, but I don't feel like they can maneuver more than the smaller ships can. So
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering if they're doing this too, so they can do ports that they currently have to tender to, but could probably actually pull up to a dock if the ship was smaller.
Yeah, that would be great because we really wanted to go to the Cayman Islands, and it was the reason we booked the January cruise, and then we couldn't tender due to the waves. Very disappointed.
Right.
So I would love to see them be able to pull up to those ports because they are smaller. I would like to see them expand their restaurants a little bit. Some of them are great, but I
would like more free restaurant, Royal. If you're listening,
right?
I love you, Royal.
Yeah.
All that specialty dining. Yeah, let's cut that to a minimum.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah, the included stuff. It just the more things that are included in your price, and I know that'll drive the price up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think for most of us, the more things that are included in our cruise, the better we feel about it because it's less we have to think about once we get there.
Right.
Or do something like, I think it's Princess that does it, where they have Princess something and Princess Premier, where you have internet and drinks included. You can add on in just one.
Yeah, so they have the regular. Then they have Princess Plus that includes your specialty dining and your drinks and Wi-Fi and all that just in one price. I'm like, okay, that's
right. Yeah, that would be
perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, and see, my wife and I, neither one of us drink alcohol at all.
Yeah, we don't drink much either.
Though I will admit that if we do karaoke on Seashore, I might need something to give me the guts to get up there. But
yeah, Chase, we put Chase on stage.
Yeah, we'll do the beverage, like the refreshment package, and then we do a la carte for the alcohol because we don't drink a lot of it, and it was way less than we would have paid just getting the alcohol package.
Right.
So, and we barely, I think it was.
Well, that's just it. If you're only going to have one or two drinks either a day or for the whole cruise, buying a drink package doesn't make sense to me. Now, I drink soda. My wife does too if she has anything other than water.
Plus and Premier.
I wish more cruise lines would make the soda included in your cruise fare because if they do the cruise ships like they do the restaurants, they're not paying hardly anything for that soda.
Right.
That's pure profit to them.
I just want Starbucks to be included.
Thank you.
That's all I want. Just please include the Starbucks. That's, yeah.
I just don't understand how you have it on the ship and it's not included.
Yeah. Because that's honestly what we drink the most of. That's where all of our money goes.
Well, that was one of the other things that I really enjoyed about my Virgin trip is that there were no extra charges for soft drinks, juices, waters. They bring 2 carafes of raw water into your room. One is spring water and the other one is filtered, I think.
Oh.
Yeah,
and
that would be nice.
The carafes they bring in are short enough that they fit in the fridge. So if you want it nice and cold, Stick it in the fridge for a couple hours. You're good to go.
What I wish,
So-
speaking of Virgin, what I wish Royal would do is that they would put the hammocks on the balconies like they do on Virgin.
Yeah.
That would
Okay,
be
Thanks for
right.
stopping in. Have
And
a great
look,
day.
and look, make them blue. Make them blue.
Thanks, Plum Crazy. Good to see you.
Yeah, so I just really I don't know. I love the idea of getting on a cruise. The first one I did was over 35 years ago, and it was one of Mardi Gras. It was either one of Carnival's original ships. I think it was the Carnival. And their 3 original ships were basically converted steamers. So, I mean, it wasn't much to talk about, you know. Smoke was everywhere. It didn't just have to be in the casino. It didn't matter where you were, you could smoke.
Yeah.
I walked in my cabin, I'm like, oh. So,
A larger non-smoking casino would be great on all ships.
yeah, exactly. So,
You know
I'd
what?
like to-
I don't think I've been on a cruise ship where the smoking was that bad. But I think when me and my mom got off the Seascape last year, or was the year before? No, it was last year. And people were saying that the smoke was really bad on there. And I was like, we didn't witness that.
It was on Adventure for whatever
Oh, okay.
reason. It seemed really strong on Adventure this time.
yeah. But one thing that seems to be cool about Royal is even with their older ships, they tend to take them in the dry dock on something of a regular basis
Mm-hmm.
and at least try to freshen them up a little bit, even if they don't put anything new on the ship. You know, it seems like they try to go through and keep the cabins up to date, slap a fresh coat of paint on the outside so she looks good, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, if they're planning on keeping them around for a while, they got to keep them looking good.
Yeah, that Radiance. When I saw the Radiance back in March, it looked good. It looked brand new. And I was like, man, it looks good. And my mom was like, what is that? I was like, that's the Radiance of the Seas. And we did our research. And I was like, man, for the ship that old age, it looked really good.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And I noticed they're starting to paint them with the really large letters of their name on the bow now, too.
Mhm.
They're making them more consistent.
Yeah, they just did that with the Liberty. The Liberty of the Seas has his name big and fat on it. So
Yeah, you know what? That's the one thing I like about the ships they're putting out. They're making that lettering big enough you can actually see what ship it is when it's going out on camera or stuff. Because I can't read that little print, not without binoculars.
and they do the symphony. The symphony needs it because if you wasn't behind the symphony, like looking at the aft of the ship, you wouldn't know
Yeah.
it's the symphony of the seas.
Right.
Yeah.
So, well, listen, guys, this has been a lot of fun, and
Yeah,
I've really
thanks for
enjoyed
having us.
having you on. I'm going to do more cruise line overviews in the future, so I may invite one or both of you back if you've got. Next week, I've got the cruising clergy coming on. It's actually my pastor, and Malibu. You have to be nice to him, okay? You have to be nice to him because he's only done Carnival. Yeah, he's only done Carnival so far, but I'm trying to talk him into some other stuff. And we're
Okay.
actually kicking around the idea of doing a group cruise with our church family at some point. So,
Okay.
you know, could be something like that coming up. But it's been great having you guys on. This has been a fun discussion, a lot more fun than I've expected it to be. So thank you both for coming on.
Yeah.
No
Thanks for
problem.
having
You
me.
know, anytime you want me to come on, just let me know.
Yeah, like
I'll
I said,
do-
loyal to Royal anytime.
I got that from you. Do you have any celebrity experience?
Not yet. That is on. I think we're trying to do Apex next year.
Okay.
Celebrity is expensive, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I've
kind
heard.
of the deterrent right now.
So, all right. Those of you in the chat, thanks for coming in. I really appreciate you being here. This means nothing if there's no community. So, do me a favor, give us a like, subscribe, and share it out to your friends. I'm open to anybody coming in. I'm trying to plan these things out a few weeks ahead, but sometimes I just don't know what's going to happen because life gets in the way. So,
Right.
but for now, we'll, you guys stick around a minute. We'll chat for a little bit afterwards.
Sounds good.
So-
Thanks, everyone.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Thanks for coming.
Hey, 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 come on in. We're here for the